What's up, y'all? It's Cracking It's D. About to react to this video about Jubilee. This is Do All Muslims Think the Same? I'm knocking out all these do XYZ people think the same videos because y'all keep requesting them, so I got y'all. And just know, I'm not getting paid for any of these videos. Jubilee is very, very heavy with the copyrights situation, so I don't get paid for any of these. I only do these because you guys, request them quite a bit. I might start chopping them up because if I did, then, there's a chance that I might get paid for them. And that's not even a guarantee because I've chopped up many videos and they still get copyrighted. But, I don't be feeling like it sometimes. It's a lot of work to do that. But anywho, we're going to see, if all Muslims think the same. I'm not familiar with Muslims at all. I'm very ignorant to their religion because that is a religion, correct? I believe so. So I don't know. I don't know any Muslims, never have known any, never have come across any. I've never worked with any. Yeah, very ignorant. So we're going to see, if they think the same. Now let's watch.
Believing men and believing women. Same level.
No, disagree. I have in the code of law, the Quran explicitly states two female witnesses carry the weight of one male. And that's why I stood over there.
That's what y'all Muslims doing? That's wild. Oh, duh, that makes sense. That's why they wear the hijab. I think that's what it's called.
3, 2, 1.
5 times, goddamn. Well, how you gonna somewhat agree? Either you do it or you don't.
Like, it's honestly, it just gets really hard. Like, it's just 5 times a day. It's like spread throughout the day. We all live like young professional lives, and it gets kind of in the way. And
so you don't.
If I could quantify it, I'm averaging about 3 out of 5 prayers.
So
I'll
you don't.
find myself in prayer more when I'm in desperation. It's not something that's subjective. I know we should be all praying as a requirement.
I just want to say it takes a lot of guts to be honest and say that. I honestly believe that if you feel it in your heart that you have a strong relationship with God, God will have mercy on you with whatever you're dealing with. So
being on this line doesn't mean it's like a piece of cake to do the 5 daily prayers. It is a struggle. It's a challenge. I was working in a corporate environment where I could not comfortably find a space, so I'd have to go pray in the car or in the parking lot. So it is a challenge, but yeah.
Islam promotes violence.
Strongly disagree.
2, 1.
They all gonna say strongly disagree. Oh, not old boy. He's a little hesitant. Ooh.
We're not allowed to cut down trees during war. We're not allowed to hurt children and mothers. We're not allowed to hurt our own prisoners.
I want to hear what he gonna
say. And when people associate terrorism, something so disgusting with Islam, it hurts me because ISIS targets Muslims more than they target anybody else.
And in the age of Google, there's no excuse. Like, if you don't know that Islam means peace, Islam means surrender, being a Muslim is one who submits their will to God, how is that violent? Like, at the end of the day, I feel like media is the one that has that hand and that stronghold causing folks to be that way or think that way.
I guess I literally listened to the prompts. Does Islam promote violence? And I'm only speaking not from my personal perspective, but just from trying to understand how discussions about this religion can be used
I've seen him before with that beard.
to justify terrorism.
He been on one of these
When
videos.
somebody says, and for the record, kill a non-believer, let's acknowledge that sentence. And if we're going to reach a conclusion and a solution with somebody who does think this way of us and our faith, we need to understand their argument thoroughly.
But
I disagree with what you just said.
Please.
I really do, because I read the Quran every day as a practice. And not once in 2019 have I yet gotten to a verse about violence. All of them about mercy of God, turn to God, God is with you. To me, that's an emotional connection.
Okay, I understand.
That is an emotional connection to my Creator.
Sure.
And I'm not going to allow anybody to take that away.
I'll take the statement that you
Please.
did, kill the non-believers. At the time of the Holy Prophet, the Muslims were in danger. They were the minority, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So, but it doesn't necessarily mean that because we are in danger that whenever there's a non-believer, we kill them.
No.
What non-believer refers to are like the Meccans or like the people that were actively going against Muslims and trying to harm us and stuff.
And I wanted this healthy discourse.
Yes, and
because
I agree
dwell
with you.
upon that other perspective. I didn't grow up proud of those verses because I didn't understand them.
Yeah, and
but now that I do
sometimes-
have full understanding, I know that it's important to keep not a one-dimensional perspective, but not even accept the others, but thoroughly understand it.
Hijab should be mandatory. 3, 2.
That girl ain't got on one. How you say that and you ain't got on one?
I just feel like it's a woman's right to cover if she wants to. And to tell a woman what to do with her body is totally against our Islamic principles, so.
You know, being a guy here, I just made a really conscious decision to be like somewhat agree, because people don't understand that hijab is like a concept as far as like, it's not just like the actual headscarf. Islam really promotes the idea of modesty, and that's how you get closer to God. And if you feel like having a headscarf is a way for you to get closer to God, then so be it.
100% agree with that, because it's not just a headscarf, it's your behavior, it's a personality, it's how you treat your friends and your neighbors. Yeah, for a lot of people, the process is build my courage, my bravery, my confidence, and then wear the scarf. For me, it was kind of reverse. I started with the scarf because I knew that I was not going to build that bravery unless I started wearing it. Because when you put it on, you start acting different, you start acting nicer, you're kinder, because now you're representing your religion, your faith.
You make me think really deep about that, because I've been struggling. I wore it when I was about 15. I tried it out. But it's been a struggle because internally I want to be a better Muslimah, that I'm going to represent to society before my outer side represents Islam.
Basically, she said, no, I ain't wearing that. They all gonna say agree. Especially in America. Americans are very ignorant when it comes to this shit.
So I'm not a
just
traditional
religions,
Muslim
races.
female. I don't wear the scarf. When I was younger, I'd be walking home from the masjid with my mom. She wears the hijab. This was before September 11th even happening. She would get teenagers in cars driving by, spitting on us, cursing at us. She would always say, just brush it off.
When you show that you're a Muslim in any way, people kind of like you get those glances every so often. But what happened was that after like all this like election things happened, it's funny, people who you grew up with, people who you knew your entire lives are kind of looking at you a little differently. You know, so that kind of threw me off a little bit. I was like, wait a second,
That's
like you know me. I didn't think this
Right.
would be an issue, you know?
I personally have not experienced explicit discrimination. I conveniently can shave my beard and try to compensate almost, and it's sad to admit, but I know it's not my job to create a comfort space for another person. However, I
But
will
you
say
do.
that if you do guys confront it explicitly, try to think of it as an opportunity to teach as opposed to reacting with emotion.
I think it also depends on what the encounter is. Like, I had a beer bottle thrown at me after 9/11. I'm not going to go confront that person and be like, hey, let's build bridges.
Right.
Like, it's
Right.
not, no. But if there's someone who's got a little bit of an attitude or, misconception, I'll work on that.
Right. You can't do that in all situations.
3, 2,
Mm.
1.
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
gonna somewhat change my
Oh,
I had to think
child.
about it.
So the reason I still don't agree and not strongly agree is that my understanding of human beings is that that women and men in general have different roles. You know,
How
men
she gonna
cannot
say
bear
she's
children,
shocked?
women
That's
do.
really
In
common.
Islam, there's no discriminatory thing.
Boy, I'm
There's
trying to
nothing
go
that
over
a
there.
man can do that a woman cannot.
And I don't have to prove otherwise except to cite in the Quran when Allah addresses us, believing men and believing women. Same level.
No, disagree.
Same level. I read the Quran.
verbatim.
So you can't tell me.
This in the court of
brother.
law, the
No.
Quran explicitly states
I'm sorry.
2 female witnesses carry the weight
sorry.
of 1 male, and
I'm
that's why I
sorry.
stood over there. I personally feel, and if it were up to me, it would be 50-50. There's no discrimination on my personal bias, but
why are you standing there?
I'm acknowledging that the Quran prescribes something here, right?
No.
In Islam, we do get equal opportunities. Scientifically, no, we're not equal.
May I
Because
ask a question
men
to the room?
can do things physically that we can't do.
May I ask a question to the
Women
room?
can do things that men can't do. So my question would be, what aspect are we
Sure,
discussing?
a personal belief versus
Right, that
Islamic
is a
belief
little
versus
vague. I
societal
get
belief.
that.
That's 3 different things. If I'm saying personally, I believe women can be greater than men. I believe women have.
Islam says that.
However, can we acknowledge one thing?
Islam promotes that completely, yeah.
I know a lot of religions don't like homosexuality. They're gonna say, ooh, yes, my girl. I fucks with her in the purple.
It's
She's
such a
very
broad
progressive.
question that I'm going to stand here just to be on the safe side.
I'm a contradictory human being. I
Everybody
pray
is.
with one hand and commit sin with the other. So I'm not in a position
Everybody
to be able
contradicts
to
themselves.
tell somebody that they're excluded from a whole faith if perhaps their faith in God is stronger than mine.
Facts.
Okay, so you can be anything and be a Muslim, but
really
I guess the reason I'm standing here is because Islam is a lot about the progression of the human race and about what is natural and what is not. Islam doesn't necessarily support like the lifestyle of the LGBT community. However, they do support them as human beings, and that is something like it's something that I've struggled with because they have my 100% love and support. I take a bullet for anybody. I don't care what their sexual orientation is. My best friend, he's gay, and we've had these conversations before, and he's told me that, you know what, Husna, I love you for you. I love you for everything that we've been through together. I don't care what it is that you stand for, and that's, it's really comforting to know that you don't have to support a lifestyle to support a human being, to love a human being, and to love.
How can you not support?
I love what you said.
That lifestyle.
And that's why I'm here, because the prompt was, can you be LGBTQ and Muslim? And yes, you can be anything and Muslim. If we're going to get into the logistics of lifestyle practices.
Well, you can't be Christian and Muslim. I don't think that.
Yes, there are different lifestyles and things that are asked for in scripture, but there's nothing that says
or maybe,
they are not welcome in
Christian
faith. They are not welcome in our houses of worship. They cannot pray. They cannot stand beside us. They don't fast. They are people.
It's very hard, I would say, to be a Muslim and, part of the community.
I agree with you.
Beautiful statement.
I am American. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, shit.
I swear I'm not trying to make this controversial, but I somewhat disagree because I'm first Afghan. Then I would say I'm American.
So I do identify as Syrian first. And so what is America? So for me, that identity, because I grew up not feeling like a minority. And I was always proud American. I didn't talk about my Syrian heritage. I wasn't familiar with it. And then the last decade, it was like, whoa, I kind of whitewashed my history to be the proud American, to fit in. And everyone was like, if you took off your scarf, you'd be just another white girl. It's just, there's a battle. Like, I'm proud American, but it's like, what does American mean right now? With everything that's happening.
Well, you can be white and Muslim.
Who just happens to be black in America. I've never not known this to be my country. Because that's what this country was founded on. That's being able to be who you are. Having the freedom to be that and not feel persecuted. And so, that's how I live my life. And I'm not going to let anybody force me or talk me into thinking differently.
I liked her. I liked her way of thinking. That's true. True as fuck. Her saying, this is my country. I've always been here. Like, fuck you mean? I'm from here. That's why I would always hate hearing people make comments like, oh, go back to XYZ country. And, no shade, but it's truth. The people that I've heard say that are usually white Americans. And it's like, bruh, nobody's telling you go back to Ireland or go back to England. Nobody's saying that, okay? Those are where your ancestors originate from, but you came over to America, just like my ancestors came over to America. So fuck is you talking about? I've been here my whole life. My parents have been here their whole life. My grandparents have been here their whole life. My great-great, so just like that don't make no fucking sense. So I totally agree with what she's talking about with that. I think this was interesting, them talking about their religion, her making the statement about the whole LGBTQ thing, her saying that, because what was the question? That you can't be LGBTQ and Muslim or something like that. And she's like, oh, you cannot support a lifestyle, but you can support, a person. Why would you not support a person's lifestyle? What does that have to do with you? I just don't understand people who have that mindset. This person being gay, what the fuck does that have to do with you? Like, when people are like, oh, I don't support that, or I don't believe in people being gay, I don't think that's right. Who cares? What does that have to do with your life and your experience? Like, I cannot stand that when people make those statements. Like, that is just so stupid. That has nothing to do with your lifestyle. You fuck who you want to fuck, and I'm gonna fuck who I want to fuck. What does that mean? I'm not telling you what to eat. I'm not telling you how to live your life or, you know, what job to work at or whatever the fuck. So why are you trying to tell me who I fuck in my personal, you know, life, in my own bed, in the privacy of my home? I'm not fucking in front of you. Fuck out my face. So I don't agree with that. But yeah, overall, this was a very interesting video. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with the Muslim religion, so, you know, definitely got some insight. So this was interesting. Let me know what you thought, though. Let me know what other videos you want me to react to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.